talk about Harold for a moment? This isn't the first time that you've told us about how fragile your mother was about Harold. The fact that she wouldn't use the mixer, or she...
Yeah.
Tell us, unless it's too hard, but we would like to memorialize Harold. Tell us about how Harold was spoken of or not spoken of in the family. You were only 3 when he died, I know.
Oh, he and Dick were real buddies. Dick was a follower at that point. And Harold led the stroke. When Harold was in the recuperation stage in Prescott, Arizona, Dick would spend summers over there working as a barker in a sideshow at the what do you call it, the rodeo. Frontier Days, Prescott, Arizona. They still have that, by the way, still goes on. And Don was there too, and Don told me that Dick wasn't all that great a horseman, but Harold was a real trick. You know, he just loved the horses, and I think Will Rogers captured his imagination as well. Don was an observer. I don't think he even rode a horse, but maybe he was probably the one that had to feed and clean up. Harold's influence lasted a long time, especially with Dick. Hard for him to talk about it. He did it in the memoir and so forth, but I think when you lose an older brother, you suddenly have to take on the role of elder son. Jack Kennedy was much the same himself when Joseph died in the war. What effect does that have on motivating a young man to take a leading role? Maybe it makes more of a leader after that kind of thing, seeing a great one, a greatly admired young man, blonde hair, blue eyes, going crazy with everything in the world, mechanical, horses, airplanes. He loved to fly. But the tuberculosis got him, and I think later years, my parents realized that bovine tuberculosis could very well have been the reason that both my brothers caught it. Dick had been exposed to it, undulant fever, and Don had a shadow lung, and every time I take what do they call that skin test, it's positive. I've been exposed to it. Anyone who's ever been exposed to the tubercular bug will turn up positive. That doesn't mean you have it, but you've been exposed. Medicine, cancer, inspired a lot of Dick's feelings toward what government can do in the way of heading off medical problems with the full strength of the federal government and everybody contributing because it's common to everybody. Let's beat cancer. So his war on cancer was developed out of that, seeing what penicillin could have done had his brothers had it in those days. It's valuable. And National Institutes of Health, things like that, were all together in his camp to promote